Hey, my loves. Welcome to Loud Intuition, where we are living outwardly, understanding destiny. This is a new spread that I am going to do on a weekly basis. And I want to use the vice versa tarot for this spread specifically because I feel that this tarot deck goes into so much detail, especially the book's definition. So this reading is intended to look at things a little deeper. For now, we're just gonna call it the weekly check-in, and it's gonna be a 4-card spread. So each position is going to ask a different question. So the first position is going to ask what you can change. So, what is in your control to change for the week? What you can't change is the second position. What is not in your control to change for the week? The third position is what do you know? So, we're going to go ahead and do some confirming of what it is that you do know, that you're very sure of. And the fourth position is what you don't know. So we can possibly shine some clarity on some things for you, and that may also provide some clarity as to why you cannot change certain situations because you may not have all of the facts, of course. So I'm going to split the deck. I'm going to do a couple more shuffles and split the deck again. 4-card spread. What can we change? What can't we change? What we do know and what we don't know. Okay. Let's see what we have going on here. Kind of trippy when you already have both sides of the cards. Okay. Not sure if that's how I should have done that because with the vice versa deck, it's a little tricky, but we're going to go with the flow here and I'll try to master that as we go along. So, of course, we have two bottom of the decks. We have the Emperor here. In this position, he or she, you, are wanting to get better control over your environment. You want to start dictating yourself in a more conducive manner and make sure that your resources are being used to the best of your abilities. You don't want to waste time, money, or energy anymore. You're being a little bit more mindful about that this week. And then at the bottom of the deck on this side, we have the Devil in reverse, or as I say, he's just not, this side of the card basically means that for this week, you don't have to worry about your weaknesses playing a major role in your decision making or your attitude this week. Basically, the devil is not focused on you right now. He has his energy and efforts on something or someone else right now that he is trying to pull into his web of lies and misery and never-ending depths of just despair. So that shouldn't be a issue for you this week. And it would make sense considering that you're seeing things a little bit clearer now. You're wanting to actually, try to do what's best for yourself and everyone that's around you. Overall energy there. So let's see what we have here for the card. So, and I'll clarify as needed. So for the question of what you can change, here we have the Ace of Swords. So this talks about clarity and communication, talks about ideas, signing contracts, things like that. So I'm going to read from the book exactly what it says so that we can get a clear definition of what it is that you can change. Take it how it resonates for you guys. And we have here what we can change as the collective, as a whole. It says that this is going to represent the gift of clarity. So there should be a new idea that is divinely inspired and will lead to success. Grasp the sword of truth and vision. Okay, so I feel that that's going to support this Emperor energy here, where I said that, the overall energy for you now is just to, be very honest with where you are right now, and work with what you got, is what I'm getting. Take the opportunities that are presented to you, put in the energy and effort into going after whatever it is that you want, whether it's financially, um, even if it's just as simple as wanting to reach out to someone and communicate to them. You're going about that in a more mature manner here with the Emperor and the Ace of Swords. So, in the position of what you cannot change here, we have the Four of Wands. So this typically talks about ceremonies, relationship. 1111 can be a big twin flame sign. Yeah, that just kind of tickled me because for those that do resonate with twin flames, if you don't know by now, this is your confirmation that you can't change this. There's nothing about this dynamic that you have control over. So I feel that it's telling you for this week and for every week after this until union, there's not, anything that you can change. So the book definition of this card states the ram and the dove are symbols of lust and love. So let's see here. We have the ram head here at the bottom of the card and the dove. So lust and love, of aggression and peace, of persistence and cooperation. Both are needed if true passion is to be sustained over the long run. But this card isn't necessarily about relations. Remember that Wands is a suit of action. For something to succeed at its highest potential, it's important to celebrate it. Ceremony unites purpose with passion. So I feel that what this is saying in the position of what you cannot change is, if there is, I don't want to say person, if there is another factor in the celebratory energy that you may be wanting to exude or experience, and for whatever reason you may feel that you're not able to do that because of other factors that may not be on the same page as you or in alignment on the same balance scale. Because here, I'll reread this specific part. Pay attention to the dove and the ram. This is about yin and yang. This is about balance. This is about the feminine and the masculine. And I'm not talking about the divine feminine, the divine masculine, or the two man and woman, the two individual counterparts when it comes to a twin flame. I'm talking about the feminine and the masculine side of one individual, of you. You have to be well balanced. You alone have to be able to exude both feminine and masculine qualities. So, with that being said, the ram and the dove are symbols of lust and love. They are symbols of aggression and peace. They are also symbols of persistence and cooperation. So if of those factors you feel that there is something that is missing, or you just need that one last piece, or if only this would happen, then I'll be able to be happy, or I'll be able to celebrate, or I'll be able to appreciate. I feel that this is saying no, that's not going to be the way this is going to work this week. And allow energy to flow. Time is a illusion, so I use the terms this week very loosely. This week could be 3 weeks from now for you. Take it when it resonates, because it's going to highly depend on where you are in your ability to allow this to be. Okay, you are in control of that. So back to the card. I feel that this is saying that you don't want to wait for everything to be in alignment in order to celebrate. You need to do that today. So you can't change those factors within yourself that may, let's say you have the love, but you don't have the lust, or that you have the aggression, but you don't have the peace. You have the cooperation, but you don't have the persistence. Of course, you want to be well rounded. Of course, you want to come to terms with where you can be all encompassing. But as of today, embrace what you lack, celebrate who you are. You cannot change that. You can't just snap your fingers and voila, it's complete. So don't focus on that so much. I feel that card is saying. I didn't mean to hold that up that long, but yeah, you get my drift. So, on to what you do know. Something that you're very, very clear about. And it's funny because it's Major Arcana, the Chariot. The Chariot typically is very clear about where it's headed in the traditional tarot. But considering that we are dealing with the vice versa tarot, which is my exact motive with using this deck, is to get a little deeper. So the Chariot in this position talks about the more mystical nature of your journey is demanding attention. So you may be aware of that. You may be aware that there are some depths that you need to go to right now. You can't stay on the surface right now. It says that if you have been focusing only on mundane details, how to get to point A to point B, the importance of this transition could be missed. Continue forward along your chosen path, but listen to your intuition more than your logic. Be aware of what was holding you back. You may not even have noticed that you are now free. So, this should play as a confirmation to you, because I asked the cards, what is it that you're very clear about? So at this point of your, within this week or whenever you view this video, you should be quite aware that your intuition needs to get a little bit more louder. As I do like the Austin Powers, pinky look thing here. Let me show you. Loud intuition, loud, living outwardly, understanding destiny. Where'd I get that from? A dream, channel message, where all my awesome ideas come from. They're not like every day, trust. They're far and few in between, but when they come, yeah, they feed my soul. But yeah, so you could be very clear about the fact that you need to get shit together here. Like I said, the Emperor, that was the overall energy for the week. That you need to start listening to yourself and trust yourself that you are headed in the right direction with this type of what is it that I want to say? This planning that you've made. Point A to point B is what the book says, but you don't want to get so focused on where it is that you're going, and you miss the journey itself. So you want to start paying attention to the depth, the way that you feel when you walk into that room, the way that it smells. What is that saying? Stop and smell the flowers. You know what I mean? But smell the flowers that are within you. Not diagnose. Uh, what is it? Sheesh, I can't think of the word. Let's say you were studying flowers, you know what I mean, and you had to, find the name of each plant. Find the name of the flower that is within you. Like, research that. Figure out what that smells like. What season does it bloom? What does it need to be nurtured and cared for to grow? When is a good time to plant the seeds? We got to dig a little deeper here. And I feel that you know that. If you don't, you know now. So what you don't know here, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay? So traditional tarot, this talks about investing, being patient, planting those seeds, waiting for them to bloom. Let's see what the vice versa tarot says about this card in this specific position. It says, you may be waiting for results from an endeavor or hoping a situation will begin to thrive soon. Time will tell, but it's a good idea to have an alternate plan just in case. There is an optimal time for growth in an enterprise, and if you miss that timing, there is nothing to do but wait for the seasons to change and try again another time. Don't be caught unawares. I feel that these are both like, okay, pick up the card. These are both going hand in hand for me. What you do know and what you don't know. So, considering that you do know that you're on the right path and you are going to listen to your intuition, that should bring what you don't know to light. That should all together cancel it out. You should become clear about where you're going, what you're doing, how it's going to get done, because you're going to I feel that this is saying you already mastered the details, the small details on the surface level. You can recite that with your eyes closed, standing upside down. Or how do you stand upside down, D'Angelo? I don't know. But that's what you would be doing, and you would be able to figure that out. You need to dive a little deeper now, like I did use the analogy with the flower. Find out your season so that you don't miss it. Or that is what you don't know. And if you follow this path with this Chariot here, I feel that you will listen to your intuition and all that good stuff. So I wanted to keep these videos very short, but I'm going to go ahead and clarify the major arcana, and we'll go from there. I'll possibly clarify the Ace of Swords as well, since those are both in positions of where you have control. We won't focus too much on what you can't change and what you don't know, because then again, we are allowing that to be what it is, respectfully. We are going to focus on what we do have control over, what we do know, and emphasize that and capitalize on that, and not focus so much on what we can't. Okay? So let's clarify the Chariot, please. One card clarifying the Chariot in the position of what we do know. What is it that we know? And what can we do about it? Please give us one card of clarity. The Hermit. So the Hermit goes to the depths. The Hermit looks within. The Hermit finds out what makes his light shine. The hermit finds out what makes that plant grow. You should be able to tell someone everything about your inner plant if they asked. This is the season to plant my seed. This is how you should water it. This is the type of soil you should use to fertilize it. This is, come on now. Let's come on, cards. Let's talk about it. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords as to what you can change. Please clarify the Ace of Swords. One card, please. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck. Please clarify the Ace of Swords. One card, please. One card. Please clarify the Ace of Swords. One card, please. This is the first time that I'm recording this type of reading, and I love it. I will definitely keep this up on a weekly basis. I'll try to get these out on a Sunday. Set you guys up real nice for the Monday. Okay. So clarifying the Ace of Swords of what you can change, we have the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So I'm not too concerned with the Eight of Swords, considering the Ace of Swords is going to trump that. And I feel that this is saying that there will be clarity. There will be clarity about your stability, your finances, how you can nurture yourself, how you can nurture others around you. I feel that you're going to be like on your grown man stuff right now, your grown woman stuff. You're going to be communicating differently, walking different. But you're definitely coming from a place of being stuck. Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. Wow. Yeah, the Four of Wands here twice. Quick full circle, right? What's beneath that? The Queen of Wands. Ace of Swords. Wow, another full circle. Hmm. 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 I'll get wrapped up in these full circles and I'll really try to bring it home, right? um, Nothing's jumping out to me. I'm not going to force it, but I do feel that, with the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it still talks about stability, foundation. There could be a lot of focus on the home as well, fourth house. Um, so as for signs that are jumping out to me is Aries, Cancer, and Virgo. So if you have that in your chart, awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Alrighty, so like I was saying, this is the first time that I've done this spread, and I will keep this up on a weekly basis. I'll try to have these released on a Sunday, set everything up for the week. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is a collective reading, no specific sign. It is for who it is intended to be for, and yeah. That's it. Remember to have a loud intuition where you are living outwardly, understanding destiny, and enjoy your week. Talk to you guys later. Bye.